Hello, this is Doug, and in this video I'm going to discuss pricing formulas. So, when you get set up with PriceYak, we need to configure a pricing formula that determines what your eBay prices get set to. And this is a setting that needs to be configured on our side, so we'll do this in a discussion with you. But I want to go through in this video and show you what typical pricing formulas look like and how you make them. So a really basic formula, or most customers' formulas on PriceYak will use just the Amazon price to determine the eBay price. So the formula will look something like this. We'll have eBay price equals Amazon price. I'm going to make my font a little smaller. Times, and I'm going to explain in one moment what all these mean. Okay, so eBay price equals Amazon price times 1.1 plus 0.3 divided by 0.871. So here's where this comes from. We have the Amazon price, and now in this formula we're multiplying it by 1.1 so that you get a 10% margin. And then we are adding 0.3 and dividing by 0.871. This is to cancel out the fees that you get charged by eBay and by PayPal. So for most listings, for most users, they're getting charged an eBay final value fee of 10% of the sale price, and you're getting charged a PayPal fee of 3%, actually 2.9%, plus 30 cents. Okay, so this last part of the formula, plus 0.3 divided by 0.871, where that division is of the whole quantity up here, that'll make it so that after these eBay fees get charged to you, you'll be left with the Amazon price plus your margin of 10% in this formula. And you can, if you put in a number, you could work an example to see how that works. This 0.871 number, that is 1 minus 0.1 for the eBay percentage fee minus 0.029 for the PayPal fee. So let me know if you have any questions, if that's still unclear where those numbers come from. Now another very common formula that we'll see here, first of all, this is a 10% margin, so it's very common to see somebody else might prefer a 5% margin, or maybe if you prefer to have fewer sales but more profit, you could do a 25% margin. But another common arrangement is instead of doing a percentage margin, you could do a fixed margin. So if we just do an addition of 3 here, now we're setting up our eBay prices so that we'll always earn $3 after our fees. So those are all very common variations on that. Now, there's a problem with this, which is that the Amazon price variable here is just the item price on Amazon, and it doesn't include any shipping. So maybe this is okay. If you use Amazon Prime when you place orders, or if the item's over $35, or you have some way of making sure you have free shipping, then this formula will always work as intended. However, if you don't do that and you actually pay extra money for shipping, then this could be a problem. So what's cool with PriceYak is we can make your pricing, your eBay price, set up not just by one formula but by multiple formulas. So what we could say is if the Amazon price is greater than 35, which is the cutoff for their free shipping, then we'll use our regular formula here. But if Amazon price is less than 35, and we can actually say, or Amazon price is equal 35. But if the Amazon price is less than 35 and we need to pay shipping, then what we could do is take this, and we could add an extra $10 here after the fees are charged to pay for shipping. And so this will take your items, and if the Amazon price is above $35, uses your standard formula. If it's under $35, it still gives you a $3 margin, but also builds in an extra $10 so that you can pay for shipping. And of course, this is an approximation because the shipping prices can vary. But most users are able to find that they can pick a number here that makes it work for most of their items. Okay? So, and this is just one example of how a formula can be set up. But you can see here, given these capabilities, you can do some really powerful things. For example, you might decide for really expensive items, you would like to charge a slightly smaller margin. So we could even throw in something like this. If Amazon price is over $100, you could then use a smaller margin. So there's a lot of possibilities here, and we're happy to help you to choose a formula. Now, there are a few advanced repricing settings that we have available. That's everything you need to know for the basics. But if you need certain extra features, we have one feature is a global margin change setting. And what this lets you do is change this number from your dashboard. So that can come in from the dashboard, and if you ask for that, we can set that up for you. So that's really nice if you want to test different margins very frequently. And that will work both if it's a fixed dollar value margin, like it was here, or if it was a percentage margin. So if you had it set up like this, then it would go to the setting you put in on your dashboard and look to see if you were asking for a 10% margin or 15% margin, and then it would set your eBay prices that way. Another thing we can do is the same thing, but on a per item margins. So if you have certain items that you want to manually be able to go in and change your margin on, we can set that up for you. Just ask us for that. And again, it's just filling out this variable in your equation based on the setting on your dashboard. And then a final extremely advanced feature we have for repricing is competitive repricing. And what this does is it gives you an entirely new variable in here. So let's switch this back to a fixed margin of $3. It also gives you a variable eBay competitor price. So what you can do then is make sure that you are pricing less than your lowest cost competitor, as long as you can afford to. And there's a lot of intricacies to using that effectively. We need to set up rules for determining which competitor to reprice against, and we also need to integrate that variable into your formula. So I'm not going to go into that in this video, but if it's something you're interested in, if you have a big account and you're looking for ways to increase your sales, then we can discuss it. So that's how repricing formulas work. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.